This video is completely out of the ordinary. What is going on, everybody? This is Everything Nerdy, creating a video. And like I said, this is going to be a different video from what I normally do. This is going to be more of an uplifting. As you know, May 23rd and the 24th. 23rd was my last day of high school. This was May 23rd, 2015. I've been out of high school for 2 years. I've accomplished so many things in 2 years that is completely remarkable for a 20-year-old to accomplish multiple dreams, especially for where I come from. It's hard to explain it. I've come from a hard background, and like I said, last day of high school was May 23rd. I graduated May 24th, 2015. And when I got my diploma that day, I was thinking a lot of things were going in my head. One of them being, what am I going to do after high school? And ever since 6th grade in elementary school, I discovered a passion for cooking. Well, I started to dig deeper and delve into passion. It became really good. And to me, a lot of people think that with me being a tech head and a photographer, especially, taking really good photos. Back when I was doing a Yosemite trip, back in I think 4th or 5th grade, somewhere around there, with, at the time, a 5-megapixel camera, point and shoot, which today's standards is crap, you know? And I did everything I could to try and figure out what I'm going to do after high school, and I finally found out that to be able to pursue my passion was going to be cooking, and I wanted to bring my 3 passions together: photography, cooking, and tech, all and mingle them into one thing. And so I was myself. I just was being myself, you know? And I ended up looking for places, and I found Columbia Community College, and they had the culinary program, the best around where I live, and I ended up pursuing that and went there. Well, I went there and met a lot of good friends. You probably remember Banana King, where I've done a couple of videos with him, obviously, where I've done the Mentos, where we're joking around with my other roommate, Bobby, with a blue-footed booby, and stuff like that. I made a lot of good memories with my roommates, Julian, Andrew, Bobby, and my roommate's girlfriend, Linda, Bobby's girlfriend's. And so the 5 of us were just, you know, having fun, you know? And I went to the culinary class and met the teacher there because my culinary teacher from high school knew him, and so I ended up meeting him because I met him for the Occupational Olympics my junior year, and that was really fun. And I was like, cool. And so he remembered me, and he was telling us when I took his class that there was this new restaurant, and I was like, okay, cool, I want to check into it, you know? And he was telling us during the class and everything. I'm like, okay. Well, I walked up to him one day and I was like, hey, are you guys hiring? If they're hiring, I want more information. He goes, yeah, no problem, and gave me the information. Well, as you may know, last year, after I moved out from the dorms up at Columbia, I came back home and went job hunting, and I remembered that the place I work at, Dust Bowl Brewery, was hiring, just like Chef said. So I applied and put him down as a reference. May 23rd, 2016, I got a call back for an interview. And I was super happy, my first job ever. And I ended up saying, okay, cool, I'm going into my passion that I really passionate about. We're going to learn more things. I'm not going to be one of those snooty persons that think that they know it all. Because honestly, I don't. And I want to mature. I'm just being myself and bringing what I know to the table and to learn more about my field, you know? So, the place was still being built. And we didn't actually start work until July 21st. So, that was a big... We had 2 months to do what we needed to do. I went on to the interview after the call back. It was more of a profile interview. I'm like, okay. And they called me back literally 2 days later for my actual final interview. Walked in and they told me I already had the job. They just wanted to verify a couple of things. And I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. And I told them, I said, well, I'm just here to learn and bring more information, bring what I have and my knowledge to you. And they were okay. And I've worked there for almost a year. And I've been out of college for a year. And do I regret not going back and seeing my friends and stuff at college? Yes and no. Yes, I miss them. But no, do I really want to spend the time of going to school in the field that I was going to school for when I'm already working there? And I know that decision can hurt you, and it evidently can't. It's more beneficial, you know? There's some people that could go to school and not get jobs, and there's some people that only have some schooling but get the jobs, you know? And I happen to be one of those people. And I've been, like I said, been working there for a year. Everyone loves me, the managers, the owners, everything. And with graduation just happened, I know this video's going up on a late Saturday morning. But with graduations happened, I'm just telling you, just be yourself and pursue what you want, because I'm going to tell you the figures of what I'm making annually at my age for only having 1 year college background and being technically still considered fresh out of high school. I'm making $24,000. That, I'm not joking. 24000. 3 zeros in there. $24,000 annually. And actually, that's right on the mark. I'm making $12 an hour, working 42 hours a week. And I'm bringing home some pretty... And for my first job on top of it, I'm bringing home a pretty good, hefty bank account at the end of every 2 weeks. I'm bringing home $800 every 2 weeks. And I've been loving it ever since. We've gone through many changes at work, and some happy, some not so happy. But it's what it is, you know? And I'm not trying to say all the things that I can, you know? I'm just being myself. I'm just cruising through life, being what I can bring to the table, and that's all everyone has to do, is just be themselves, you know? Everyone just has to be themselves and experience new things and work for the goals. As I'm 20 years old, like I said, I'm 20 years old, for first job, making $24,000 a year. I'm able to do new things that I've never done before or never thought I would been able to. I just bought a new car 3 months ago, a 2017 Kia Forte, and then a lot of my friends have like, wow, that's a nice and clean car. And I named her Kira because it's funny. It's a Kia, Kira. I just removed the A over and add an R. Okay, you get the gist. And within 3 months, I put 4,800 miles on her. And I drove her off the lot with 18. Like 1-8. Literally no 000. It's just 1 and an 8. I got the first one off the truck, and it's a brand new car. At 20, with a brand new car, that's a little unheard. Then again, a 20-year-old making $2,400 a year is a little ridiculous as well. I'm in the field that I was going to school for and learning a lot of knowledge to open up my own restaurant, to apply to my own restaurant, and taking some of the bad experiences and not making them, and some good experiences to apply to mine. And throughout the whole entire journey of the past 2 years, I was just being myself. I didn't hesitate, even though there was a couple of times where I did, and I wanted to pull out, but then I was like, I kicked myself in the butt, and I was like, okay, just do it and experience life to the fullest, you know, and that's what I did. I didn't want to go to college, and I didn't want to move out and go to the dorms, but living up at the dorms for 8 months, it changed my whole entire perspective. I got to taste freedom for the first 8 months, for those 8 months, living with some great roommates, and experiencing and making great memories that I'll cherish forever, and always have them deep down in my heart, as well as getting to meet and experience new friends, and just being myself, and not having to change my perspective or anything about myself, just going out there, and being able to walk across that stage, get my diploma for high school or for college, and going, I did it. I took my first steps, and I ended up becoming, if you compare me from the past till now, a lot of people say I've matured and I've gotten more responsible. And a technicality I haven't experienced in myself because I'm not really paying attention to myself. I'm just going with the flow of time and just doing what needs to be done. Not really giving the care in the world, just being myself and doing what I think is right. And a lot of people see it different and like it. I got my friend there who's also on YouTube, which is, this is going on. You've also probably seen me mention him in multiple videos, and I've used some of his gameplay on, even though it was my computer he was recording it on. The Nerdy Taco, also known as Reggie, I've used him as a great example. He's 18 years old, and he's working at my place, and he also wants to open up his own restaurant. He also graduated high school. He graduated high school last year, and he didn't know what he was going to do. He tried everything he can, and I told my manager and my bosses, I told him, hey, I got my friend, he's a hard worker, he wants to open up his own restaurant. He's been working there for about a month, and he's really liked it. Of course, there's some difficulties that he's addressed to me, and I gave him my advice from working there for about a year. But he's doing the same thing, and I've influenced him, and he's looked up to me, and I've been his mentor, and I've taught him all throughout the way, and the whole entire way, I was just being myself, just telling him what I've done and how I've screwed up, and to take those to heart and don't do the mistakes that I've done. Because trust me, I've done a lot, but we're human, you know? Everyone makes mistakes. There is no if, ands, or but, you know? And I feel accomplished for what I've done because I took those first steps. As soon as I got my diploma, I went out and made new experiences that I've never made before, and I've gone and tried new things that I probably would have never tried before, and I went out there and did it, and now I'm accomplished with my goals. I've evidently got to my end goal. Now my next end goal is to open up my own restaurant and hopefully be successful. But with the knowledge that I've done, with the knowledge that I've gained, and the knowledge that I'm going to learn to apply to real-world situations, I know that I could be myself and be successful with every step of the way. And that's what I'm telling these new people that are now graduating or have graduated last year, or college people that are graduating right now. Just be yourself. And you're probably thinking, while you're young, why are you saying this? Well, I'm young and I'm inexperienced, but I'm getting experience. I'm not trying to say that I know it all, but these are just the steps that I've taken, and these are the experiences that I've learned and that you could apply to become yourself, and not take my ideas and force them upon yourself. Just take what you hear from me and apply them to your own, and then tweak them to how you are, because everyone's different and not everyone's created the same. We all have unique quirks, and we all have our own differences, and we all have our own thought processes, Mine just happens to be very fast, coming between three: food, tech, and photography. I'm really quick on my fingers when it comes to those, especially tech. I'm the tech head in the family. I can fix anything that's technology related really quick, faster than you can say bingo. But I want to merge those three, and that's my end goal. What is your end goal? I don't know. Leave it down in the comments. I'm always willing to know what your end goal is. This is Everything Nerdy, signing off, saying, just be yourself. No matter what hinders you, or what obstacles you're going to overcome, just be yourself, and always be yourself. Don't stop being yourself.